Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday today, guys. Welcome to the show. Got an exciting episode here for you. Going to be doing a mock draft, but more importantly, just pulling up a screen here and discussing the best players to draft in the first 5 rounds. I'm drafting from the 6th position. Going to give you guys a simulation so that you guys are able to draft the best players in each round. There's a lot of garbage going on, guys, this year in regards to fantasy football analysis and mock drafts and draft kits that are being put out in the consensus rankings. Is not going to help you guys. There's a lot of bad stuff going on rounds 2 to 5 and players you need to avoid. But I'm just going to give you guys the best players so you guys know what to do. This is very similar to my 16-round draft solution. If you have not got the 16-round draft solution, grab it below. Sleepers, breakouts, optimal players draft each round, everything you need to crush your leagues and be light years ahead of the sheep, guys. Light years ahead of the consensus, aka the consheepsis. Grab 16 rounds. As soon as you get it, you're going to get an email and access to full mock drafts, drafting from 1st position, 6th position, 12th position, printable cheat sheet, everything you need to crush your leagues. Grab 16 rounds right now. If you're new to the channel, guys, smash it, tap it, slap it, hit the thumbs up. Really helps the channel. And drop a comment below. Let me know your favorite pick in the first 5 rounds each round. Okay, who's your favorite? Who's the best pick? Who do you absolutely love in these rounds? So I'm going to make my pick from the 6th pick, but I'm also going to give you guys some of the best picks in each round. I'm excited to dive in, guys. Again, tons of value. You definitely don't want to miss this video. Great content. Okay, so let's dive into it here. I'm going to pull up the simulation here. Again, grab the 16-round draft solution. And again, you don't want to miss this video because there's a lot of insight here for you from the 6th position here and the best players to draft, okay? So what I'm doing here, I'm going to be straight with you. I've talked about this in other videos. Now, we are in full force draft season, so we need to talk about this, guys. What I am doing, I'm going to be straight with you, is I'm going to go ahead and get a running back. I cannot express to you how important it is to get a running back in these early rounds, okay? If you're listening in the car, listen, pay attention, get plugged in. We're diving in here. Very important, best picks. You need to get a running back round 1. Which running back? Who's the best pick to get? Byjan and Breece are by far the best picks, okay? I want to get this out of my system here. There is other running backs that are going to dominate this year. Maybe even some rookies, guys like Trey Benson, maybe even second-year players or whatever, Tajay Spears. There's going to be other guys that are going to have great seasons, including some breakout rookies. There's guys in great situations, Kamani Vidal, you got Bucky Irving potentially, you got Audric Estime, right, on Denver. You've got so many guys that could break into the top 10 if other running backs that go down. But you got to take a look in these early rounds. There's only a handful of running backs here, right, that have minimal committees. Breece Hall, Byjan are just 2 of them. Jahmyr Gibbs, yeah, he's a top running back, right? But the problem is he's contending with Montgomery. I still like him, but he's going to have major target and volume dilution, attempted dilution, right? You got Taylor, minimal competition, but you got, his quarterback runs a lot. Barkley, his quarterback runs a lot, but no competition in the backfield. Again, Kyron Williams, they drafted Blake Corum. There could be something there. Achane, tons of upside, right? Very risky. Henry, I like. Tons of safety there. So there's only a handful of running backs in the early rounds that I like. So what we're going to do here, if you're drafted from the 6th pick, I'm going Breece or Byjan. Now, the big question is, which one out of these 2? That's the question I get asked all the time. Byjan Robinson or Breece. If you're new to the channel, Byjan is how you pronounce it. By is in bi-weekly, Jan is in ran. Byjan. Very simple, guys, okay? I don't care about Bijan, how he pronounces it. That's how I pronounce it, okay? I stray away from everybody else. I do my own thing because I have my own convictions. You guys should have your own conviction as well. Grow your own backbone. You guys will be very happy, okay? Especially when you're drafting picks. Have conviction in your picks. This is very important, right? In the 16 rounds, I give you guys these amazing picks. I've done the research, and then it's up to you guys to make a decision. Oh, he likes 5 players here. I've done my research. Out of those 5 players, he's narrowed it down for me, giving me an advantage. I like this player. So out of Byjan and Breece, I like both. But if I had to choose, I lean Byjan simply because, and I've explained this in a lot of other videos, I know what I'm getting with Algier. I'm getting a crappy running back. With Breece Hall, Braylon Allen could absolutely be a beast, and he was. I said this before preseason, before Braylon Allen was looking really good in preseason. Now, I think Braylon Allen could be a major thorn. But that being said, whether I'm drafting Breece or Byjan, particularly Breece, I don't handcuff. The only one I want to consider handcuffing is Braylon Allen, because if Breece goes down, you got yourself a league winner. I keep saying this in a lot of videos. So again, I'm telling you, listen very good here. Just stash Braylon Allen. You get him for free, okay? So the best picks round one, I'm going to go by Jan here, and I'm going to talk about some other picks I like here round one that I feel safer. Earlier on, Christian McCaffrey, I'm telling you, he's going to go down this year. There's going to be an injury. There's going to be a regression. There's going to be a decline. I'm out on him completely, okay? I'm out on Christian McCaffrey. What goes up must come down. Not going to happen again. CeeDee Lamb is safe. He's got contract stuff. He's going to get paid. Byjan Breece, I like here. Byjan and Breece, I like. Justin Jefferson, suspect quarterback situation, should get a lot of volume. AJ Brown is safe. Puka coming off this massive pinnacle year. Again, I could go over every reason on who's got the most red flags, but the guys I like in round one, I like Byjan, I like Breece. Amon-Ra is safe. Jamar's got some upside. CeeDee Lamb is good. AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson. I like. And Jahmyr Gibbs, but make sure you guys combo just kind of like how this simulation is showing Jahmyr Gibbs, because he's picked at the 1.12, and then Taylor came off right after him. Taylor or Barkley would be good as well. And I don't mind going Saquon round one as well if, the running backs are taken, you're drafting near the end here. I feel safer a little bit with Saquon than Gibbs just based on values, okay? So those guys are round one. And there's a bunch of guys I'd avoid. You got to just be careful. Okay, round two. Who are the optimal players to draft in round two? We're coming back on the turn. The 207 went by. Jan comes back around. By the way, in the car, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, Byjan, Breece, Jefferson, Brown, Puka, Garrett Wilson, Jahmyr, round one. Again, this is just a simulation, but it's very viable. This could happen in reality. This is what these drafts typically look like. Typically, I do see Breece come off ahead of Byjan, but again, it depends on who likes who. If there's a Falcons fan, it could work out that way. Round two, I'm going to go ahead and draft Derrick Henry here at the 207. Wait for this thing to kind of simulate here. So the players I like in round two, I think you need safe running backs. The safe guys here are Taylor, Barkley, Kyren, and Henry. If those guys are gone, then it's a bit of a crapshoot. I think Pacheco's safe. Achane is a very big risk. I'm personally avoiding him, although I do see the ceiling. Again, I talk about this. It's going to be a committee. Monster's still the starter. They drafted right there. It might be a problem there, okay? So Devin Achane got some question marks there, obviously, in regards to him. Tons of upside, but he's a round two guy. I like Harrison in this round. Tons of upside, tons of ceiling. That being said, there's a ton of rookies that are going to go off, including guys like Brian Thomas Jr. You can get later. They maybe outperform Marvin Harrison. Drake London also, I don't see him coming off here. He didn't come off. He typically comes off round two. I think he's a safe round two guy. Again, I do like Henry. Kyren, I like. I am concerned a little bit about Blake Corum. Could be an issue. And again, we talked about Saquon. Allen comes off a little early here. I think he might fall to round 3 to 4 typically, but he came off a little early in the simulation. I do like Allen, but he comes off a little early. So, there's a bunch of guys here I don't like. A lot of question marks, a lot of safe, boring guys. I like to try to get a running back. Again, after these running backs are gone, it gets really suspect and dicey at running back, right? As you can see here, James Cook, really dicey. I don't trust James Cook, man. 2 touchdowns last year, the addition of Ray Davis, Frank Gore Jr. signed on. Jacobs is kind of boomer bust, great situation. They got Marshawn Lloyd. I don't know, man. Jacobs just had a bad year last year, left a bad taste in my mouth in regards to the fantasy value. I'm just like, So Mixon, again, already had some injuries. He's like years to out, not out, good offense, but again, doesn't really excite me. He's safe. White as well, not a great running back, but very volume driven. They did draft a rookie in there. Bucky Irving might get his share of volume. Again, it gets dicey. Kenneth Walker, I think Charbonnet takes a step up this year. Stevens is pretty safe. Aaron Jones, Connor. Again, it gets really dicey at running back here. So what I like to do is, again, try to get those 2 running backs as early as I can in those 2 rounds, okay? Round 3, I am taking a quick glance at tight end. I don't really, I'm not really crazy on McBride. He's an option here. I do like Laporta if he falls to round 3, because then you got tight end out of the way, which isn't bad. don't like Waddle. He's a wide receiver too. You want to always, and we're talking fantasy football draft advice here, you always want to aim high in the depth chart. You don't want to be drafting wide receiver twos in the early rounds, okay? Again, this is happening a lot. You don't want to get caught up in this trap, right? Guys like Nico Collins coming off round 3. Crazy, madness, right? You want to aim high in the depth chart. We saw this error last year with T. Higgins round 2. It was crazy. People drafted T. Higgins round 2, got screwed in their leagues. Absolute disaster. You don't want that to happen to you guys. So just be very, very, very careful, okay? So who would I draft here? I've got my 2 workhorse running backs. I really like to get a quarterback here. A Jalen Hurts is a good option for sure. Again, it's like I really like Allen, but he's already gone off. I take a quick glance at running back. I don't like this set of running backs here. I take a glance at wide receiver. I honestly like Malik Neighbors round 3. He's falling to 4, but I do like Malik Neighbors here because I'm getting an ace wide receiver with minimal committee, top tier talent. Again, all the other guys, Drake London here, obviously, if he falls. So I'm going to go ahead and Drake London. But typically, London doesn't fall to the 306 here in the mid-third round. So I would probably consider taking Malik Neighbors here, okay? In a realistic simulation, if this was realistic, I would think that Drake London would be gone here in round 2. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab Malik Neighbors here. Again, if London's there, you might want to grab him and get Malik in 4. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. So round 3 picks, optimal guys. I do like Malik. I do like Drake London. Sam Laporta is safe if he falls here. Kelsey's safe. Mahomes is safe, obviously. Olave is safe and boring. He's typically a round 2 guy. Hurts is safe. But again, a lot of question marks here, like Ayuk, Nico Collins, Waddle, guys that I'm particularly avoiding, okay? Again, I would like to, this is the year where it's okay to anchor with an ace quarterback, a Stroud. I don't trust Richardson or Lamar Jackson because now we're in the round 4 here. You can see this crapshoot of like James Cook and those guys I was saying I don't really trust. Who am I drafting in round 4? I take a quick glance at running back. I would shoot to get Zamir White here ahead of guys like James Conner and David Montgomery and Aaron Jones. Washed up Aaron Jones, are you kidding me? Give me the young dynamic Zamir White, who's got no committee there, okay? But I feel that Zamir White could fall to mid-round 6 here. Take a quick glance at wide receiver. Again, I don't like DJ Moore that much. It's a 3-headed monster situation. Metcalf, I'm not crazy, but Devontae Smith is a wide receiver too. So again, I do like guys that are on top of the depth chart, right? Take a quick glance at tight end. There's a couple tight ends I like here. I explained in the 16-round draft solution who to draft. Again, if you haven't gotten 16 rounds, grab it, guys. It's the game changer, okay? I'm not just here drafting based on what everybody else says. Everybody says, hey, man, just draft based on consensus rankings. Draft based on ADP. It's not going to help you win your leagues. It's not going to win your leagues. Last year, if you drafted Pollard round 1, Higgins round 2, Dalvin Cook round 5, Dobbins round 4, right? That would have got you an ace in your scoring. If you did your draft, oh, this guy gets an A in his draft score. Dude, your team would have completely flopped, right? So you just can't draft on ADP. Oh, that's 20. I'm drafting 20th pick. I just got to get the 20th best player, right? Like you got to start thinking out of the box. You got to aim high on those depth chart. So let's go back to this. The best player I would draft here, again, I would go ace quarterback. I like CJ Stroud. I also like Love, you can get a little bit later. But based on the options here, like DJ Moore, Metcalf, like I know that I'm not crazy on these guys ADP, and I don't want to reach too much because I think I can still get players that I want later, like the Zamir White here. So I'm going to get the best available quarterback, anchor my team with an ace quarterback. Everybody's high on his receivers, right? We got Nico coming off round 2, 3. You got Diggs coming off round 3, 4. You got Dell coming off round 4, 5, give or take a round. Everyone's high on Stroud. He's solid. He's stacked. They're playoff contenders potentially. So I get the best quarterback. So I've done quarterback. Quarterback is done. Check it off the wall, right? And as you can see, a bunch of guys came off that I don't care for, like James Conner, DK Metcalf, David Montgomery, Devontae Smith, okay? So then I could take a look, and to wrap it up, I think he's great value. Zamir White here, round 5. Absolutely love him. I think he's one of the best picks at that round 5 ADP because you're getting a workhorse running back with minimal committee, no backup. Absolutely love him, okay? So just to recap here, we have Bijan, Derrick Henry round 2, Malik Neighbors round 3, CJ Stroud, Zamir White. Now what I'm going to do, and I explained this in 16 rounds, is start loading it up with some wide receivers, get my tight end, and get those proper sleepers that I can get later that have major breakout upside. Okay. Is this making sense to you guys? Okay. I want to make sense to you. I want to give you guys practical fantasy football advice that's actually going to help you win. So here's some tips here, guys. Very, very important. You want to aim high in the depth chart. You want to get away from those wide receivers in rounds 2 to 5 or any matter that are wide receiver twos or in a diluted wide receiver situation. You want to get away from those guys, okay? You want to aim high in the depth chart. You want to get those volume getters. This is very, very important, guys. I cannot express to you enough how important it is to get those volume getters, okay? You want those guys that are going to get a ton of volume. Aim high in the depth chart, avoid those diluted situations, anchor your team with an ace quarterback, and back everything up. Have a backup plan for a backup plan. Guys, this is very, very important, okay? Belt and suspenders mentality, all right? So if you're looking at this draft strategy here, what I do, I aim high in the depth chart. And again, I got those running backs. That's another tip. Get those running backs, workhorses earlier on in your draft, okay? This is very, very important because after that, it becomes a crapshoot. Like I said, there is guys that I like later, guys like Zamir White, round 5, and there's other sleepers that I love, but the sure thing is gone after round 3, okay? So aim high in the depth chart, load up on running backs early, anchor your team with an ace quarterback, and just don't follow the ADP. You will not win your leagues, okay, guys? So best picks, you guys got them. Let me just show you one more shot here of this picture. By Jan, round 1, Breece Hall, a couple guys there. We talked about round 2, the Derrick Henrys, the Marvin Harrisons. If you want to go wide receiver, you can get him in here. Saquon Barkley, if he falls to round 2, like him. Round 3, Malik Neighbors, Sam Laporta, if he falls. Good options. Pat Mahomes, anchor your team with ace quarterback. Drake London, if he falls. Jalen Hurts, all good options here. Round 4, there wasn't as many options. Some of these guys could fall in the round 4, but Stroud was safe here. Not crazy on some of these round 4 options, to be honest with you. That's why, again, if Allen fell, or best available quarterback, great. Take him here in round 4. You got that done, right? Again, some of these wide receivers, really suspect. DJ Moore, like I said, Metcalf, I don't know, man. Really weird. James Cook is a bit of a waste. Rashad White's safe. Round 4 is kind of dicey. That's why I'm getting the ace quarterback. And then round 5, again, I like Zamir. There's other guys in this round that you like. I hate Christian Kirk for fantasy. Don't like him. I don't like David Montgomery. Again, in the 60 rounds, I tell you exactly what to do. But again, the best available pick that I'm seeing right here based on this particular layout on 12th person here was Zamir White in this round. I think Stevenson could be safe as well. There's a couple other guys. Kincaid, if he falls to 5, could be good value. A couple other guys. But again, you want to, again, avoid the catastrophe of drafting wide receivers in diluted situations very earlier on. And I'm telling you, man, there's so much value literally at wide receiver. Like Romeo Doubs, who's slated as the wide receiver 1 of the team, is coming off like round 9 to 10. You got to know where the value is. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, right? Go grab 16 rounds, guys. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Grab the solution right now. Secure the solution, secure the championship, and join the Fantasy Front Lines, the Patreon group right now, guys. Patreon.com/FF Counselor, guys, for in-season live Q&As and amazing, amazing community, all right? Patreon.com/FF Counselor. The Patreon group is the place to be for all year round analysis, all right? Smash it, tap it, slap it, guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Hope you guys enjoyed this simulation on the best must-draft fantasy football picks for the first 5 rounds. Everything in 16 rounds for all the rounds, okay? We'll talk soon, guys. Appreciate you. I'm out.